Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So we finally got some V-Jump leaks, and I'm actually surprised with these next two units that'll be coming into the game, but thanks to Dragon Ball Legends Japan, or DB Legends Japan on Twitter, we now know the next two units coming into the game, and they are none other than, I should say, the Goku Black Arc versions of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, which means yes, we're finally going to be getting Super Saiyan Blue Goku with this traditional gi on instead of the Whiskey. But still, I'm actually really happy that we are finally getting these units. It's been a long time coming. Actually, we've already had Vegeta from that arc, but we never had Goku from that arc. So to actually see that in action is gonna be nice. But anyway, let's break it down. So the tweet says, V-Jump, Goku, strengthen yourself when the enemy changes. Vegeta, add multiple buffs to allies if you become incapacitated. So it's very short, straightforward, and to the point, but even so, the main thing that's sticking out to me in particular are where exactly are these guys going to fit in God Ki? Because if you guys don't know, which I'm pretty sure all of you guys know, we literally just had the Dragon Ball Legends second year anniversary, and we had two brand new units come into the God Ki team, which are Fuse Zamasu and Vegeta Blue, which cover, I guess, blue and purple, if you will. The only two element factors I can think of that these guys can potentially cover that could be replaced, don't necessarily need to be replaced, but that could be replaced, are red and yellow, because we've had Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku for a long while now, and we've had Rose for about half a year. So if they wanted to replace them, I could absolutely see it, but I significantly doubt that any of these units are going to be blue or purple. And if they replace LF Vegeta, that just makes no sense because he's still a phenomenal unit. So I guess we'll see how that goes, but let's break it down with each character. Starting off with Goku, you strengthen yourself when the enemy changes, which I don't know if that's necessarily going to be extremely beneficial because of the fact that unless you have like element factor advantage against the opponent, or they have a unit that kind of neutralizes element factor, there's not really much of a reason for a person to constantly switch their unit out. Now, if the buff is permanent, that's a completely different story. By all means, get that Goku in as many times as you can. It also doesn't specifically specify if Goku has to be on the field or even if he's on standby. As long as they switch, they get a buff. If it's like, if Goku's able to be on standby and he gets a buff whenever they switch, that's also a completely different story. Then at that point, this Goku could potentially become a monster. But if it's only when he's on the field, I don't necessarily see this perk being too beneficial, because more than likely if you throw in the unit and it's, you have the element factor advantage, they're going to start their combo on you, and then they're going to swap to a unit where they have an advantage, and you're either going to keep that unit in or you're going to take him out. So it literally, I guess it's back and forth. We'll have to wait and see. And with Vegeta, again, it says add multiple buffs to allies if you become incapacitated. So literally, if this Vegeta dies, he's going to buff the team. I can actually see that being beneficial in the long run, since God Ki literally has units such as Vegeta Blue, LF Vegeta, Fuse Zamasu, etc., etc. I can actually see that being viable, because if you buff those units that are already strong as is, and Lord, like if he gets incapacitated and they buff Strike Arts, Vegeta Blue is going to be absolutely disgusting. Already even more so than he is, but if they, buff Strike Arts specifically, it's going to be insane, because right now Blast isn't really beneficial in the meta, especially when you have units like Kefla, Vegeta Blue that have blast armor and are really, really strong strike units. So yeah, I'm hoping that when you get incapacitated, it buffs your Strike Arts, because that's what the meta is leaning towards. But if it buffs Blast Arts, and I'm pretty sure we can make something work from that. Also, if I'm not mistaken, it seems as if this Vegeta is also going to be a Blast type, which is, I guess, again, Blast is not really beneficial in the meta, but if he's a Blast type, then more than likely that Goku's going to be either melee type or probably defense type, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be melee, because in the Goku Black Arc, Super Saiyan Blue Goku was going in, so we can all expect that. And I think the very last thing, even though this isn't really majorly noteworthy, but in the bottom left-hand corner, you can actually see that they're promoting God Ki, and they do have Shallot on the team with a specific team. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that team entirely because there are much better God Ki units that you could use, but they're literally promoting, hey, When Shellett gets Super Saiyan God, throw him on God Key. So I guess there's that, but I mean, we all kind of know we're gonna be putting him on God Key anyway, because he'll be that unit for God Key where he has absolute element neutrality against anyone. So he's gonna be hitting hard regardless. He won't get like, you know, super effective damage, but he'll at least be hitting hard because there's no possible way for him to have an element factor disadvantage. So that'll be kind of nice to see in action. So I really do think God Key is going to be extremely well-rounded. They already have good units for every single element factor type, with now having the one unit that has complete element factor neutrality against all types. So it's going to be insane to see how that works out. And obviously with this being V-Jump, we're more than likely not going to be receiving this until July, or I should say until we get the next Ultra Space Time Summit, because as you guys know, whenever we get V-Jump leaks, it usually leans towards, well, Ultra Space Time Summon. So hopefully these units are good, because sometimes actually a majority of the times, Ultra Space Time Summon units are not really the greatest, but with them being on God Key, I'm pretty sure they will work out perfectly fine. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Are you guys excited that we're getting even more God Key units? And are you guys happy that we're finally getting a version of Goku with Super Saiyan Blue from the Goku Black Arc? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.